While the Hammer was taking shots at Chris Christie for not working out as hard as him, we were treated to a new Game Informer trailer which not only showed off some new gameplay to dissect, but it featured Glenn in some fine-looking ladies' frames.
May I have one of those, madam?
Madam? What do you call me madam for?
Ladies' glasses. Yes. Look here, see us right here. There, Gloria Vanderbilt collection.
The cover of Game Informer's September edition shows off a black and white look at the headquarters space in between games, giving us yet another place to get shit talked, besides the pre-game lobby, the countdown timer, halftime, the after-game show-off screen, and the post-match summary page. The video itself shows off some gameplay of the PPSH that had been alluded to being a beta weapon by the beta male himself, Michel Gondry. In this sequence, we can see that weapon levels will be a thing again, as well as the ability to swap to a Type 100, another weapon that we can now confirm for the beta, along with all of those stupid participatory trophies that pop up on screen because, God forbid, we don't give your kids self-esteem while playing COD, aka Child's Online Daycare. We also see footage of a brand new map that is some sort of coastal region, along with footage of the STG-44 and the confirmation that Hardpoint will be returning as a game mode, but it's unclear if it will be available in the beta. Other beta confirmed items are that all 5 divisions will be playable, although I'm assuming that they'll lock some shit off like they've always done and then raise the level cap later in order to isolate the divisions for additional testing, even though not much ever changes from the beta to the full release. Also confirmed for the full release, but requiring you to participate in the beta, is this customization pack that includes a calling card, emblem, and helmet, thus giving us an insight as to how we'll play dress up in the Second World War and which items will likely get stuffed into supply drops. For the full release, in addition to the tweet revealing the PPSH, Condry also claimed that Steady Aim, a perk which reduces hip fire spread in some previous Call of Duty games, will not be returning to Call of Duty World War II. I'm assuming that that means there's going to be some shoehorn versions of a laser sight into the game to do this, the way that several past Call of Duty games have done it, but I can't really see what they'd come up with here in replace of the laser. Lastly, in other teased images, a version of the main menu in which the brightness was clearly turned most of the way down, just the way that Kim Kardashian filters the people that she likes to have sex with, but it appears to show a ranked playlist for all those wannabe E-athletes, along with a daily mode, which means that the different playlists that happen weekly currently in Infinite Warfare will keep the studio way too fucking busy with trying to give the hardcore G-Fuel snorting kids something new to play instead of actually working on fixing shit. Access to the beta is only granted via pre-ordering the game, and there's plenty of shite editions if you know where to look. Prima Games is selling a $130 version on Amazon or GameStop where you get a World War II themed flashlight, encyclopedia for people that actually remember how people learn shit before the internet, 2 posters, a dog tag for Red Daniels, the protagonist in the game, a canteen to pour your energy drinks into, a journal for you to doodle on instead of taking actual notes in class, and a hardcover edition of the complete strategy guide for people that don't know that GameFAQs.com is a thing. Oh, and did I mention that it doesn't even include the fucking game? Wait, are you serious? Well, if you actually do want to buy the game and not just a bunch of marketing bullshit, Best Buy is selling a $150 Boots on the Ground bundle that contains the game season pass, along with a poster that if you put on your wall in your room, no girl would ever think of sleeping with you, and a backpack that people at school will definitely know you're a virgin for. That's not enough shit, you say? Well, Best Buy also has a $250 version that contains all the bullshit I just mentioned, plus that stupid-ass Prima Games deployment kit if you want to save the $30 and live in a hoarder's house. If you have even more of your mom's credit card to burn, there is an EB Games version for $270, which includes the game season pass, a steelbook so that when you rage, you can't actually break the case by throwing it against the wall, a pin to wear to prom when you go by yourself, along with some patches that you'll regret putting on your jacket, and a giant paperweight in the form of a bronze statue. Yeah, I'm going to stick to putting down a $5 at GameStop just to get access to the beta and then refund that shit after it's done. Lastly, in World War II news, there will be a version of the game playable at COD Champs, which actually starts today, but the event isn't open to the public until the 11th in order to iron out some of the kinks that come with having an esports event for an FPS game on a console that uses Bluetooth for controllers that gets all fucked up with the cell phones in the audience and other interference. Plus, they don't want you to see how bad some of those teams are that won't make it past the first brackets. Speaking of Infinite Warfare, a patch was released to buff the G-Rail, since apparently camping while ADSing with an AR that can one-shot across the map wasn't good enough. They also removed the map Tourista from all playlists. This was actually by design, not because of map exploits, which I'll get into in a minute, and this is actually more of a favor than it being available for free in the first place. Do you really see how shit this map is in the background? Speaking of maps, this patch was also supposed to provide various map fixes, but Retaliation still doesn't fucking work in Ground War, as anytime I try to play it, I get the scriptable CI_link reserve scriptable too many parts starts error message. They also fucked up the party system on the Xbox One with the last patch, which is par for the course on a console that they thought it was a brilliant idea to implement as stock. I mean, follow features so that people could session join you and play like absolute twat waffles on the other team because they're trying to impress you. Nah, dude, just fuck right off and let me play. I play with viewers all the time on live stream, and if I'm not streaming, I'm not interested in playing with anyone. Rant aside, apparently the fix was too fucking big for a hot fix, so it needed to be a title update, which came out on Friday. However, in the meantime, solo players were rejoicing in not having to play against a full party of Master Procedures using the MW2 arcade bar because they're too shit to actually use a gun that is recoil. And for the 5 people that give a shit, Absolution DLC number 3 is now live on Xbox One and PC, although I can't confirm if they ever fix the map glitches in Embers, so you'll have to let me know. Infinity Ward, people. 1 step forward, 2 step backwards. Speaking of getting shit later than everyone else, Modern Warfare Reimagined is now available as a standalone on both Xbox One and PC, making it the only remastered game in history that had a 9-month delayed release on one platform and 10 months on the other. Raven wasn't done fucking the game in the ass as a patch came out yesterday adding even more guns that weren't in the original iteration for supply drops in Operation Copperhead. The weapons are all real guns, but since Activision, spelt with a $, is too fucking cheap to buy the naming rights for them, you'll get bullshit like the Lynx CQ300 assault rifle, the PK PSD9 SMG, and BR9 pistol, along with 3 new melee weapons, a razor blade, cut sideways for show, lengthwise for effectiveness, the butt end of an RPG, which coincidentally is what kids in third world countries play with, and a nightstick, which is what police in first world countries use to beat up minorities. There's also tons of new bibbidi bops to customize your weapon and character, which further dilutes the supply drop pool. The patch also makes Prop Hunt a permanent game mode because it's much more fun to play a game where the shooting is almost irrelevant in an FPS game. In Black Ops 3 news, as if they haven't milked that game enough to where the cow is now probably spewing blood instead, there's a $3.99 micro DLC item which contains a calling card and 3 rare supply drops in which you'll never get a decent weapon because of the 30 melee weapons they put into the game. This micro DLC, however, actually goes towards the Call of Duty Endowment Fund, so you might as well buy it if you were going to donate it to a good cause anyways. Finally, XboxDVR.com added Modern Warfare 2 as a new game to the website that allows you to grab clips from your Xbox One account to share, or email them to me for any of my top 5 play series, Battlefield or Call of Duty or Titanfall 2. Hint hint, wink wink, shameless plug. Anyways, this most likely means that the game will be coming to backwards compatibility very soon for the Xbox One, so get your noob tubes ready, people that have the VCR instead of the console that also pretty much sucks but also doesn't blow. Anyways, I've been the Schwantz27, out like Ryan Tannehill's knee. Until next time.